Marvel officially announced their Phase 5 slate of films and streaming series during their Hall H panel at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. President Kevin Feige appeared in person to reveal several major updates about upcoming projects in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, including new details about the end of Phase 4, which will conclude with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and the bookends to Phase 6, Fantastic Four and 2 new Avengers films, which will end the Multiverse Saga. But the next year or two of Marvel Entertainment will center on Phase 5, which kicks off with the third film in the Ant-Man saga, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and concludes with the still shrouded in secrecy Thunderbolts Team UP, which will likely feature some of the MCU's best antiheroes. Check out the full schedule below. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Feb. 17, 2023. Slated to hit theaters February 17, 2023, the threequel directed by Peyton Reed follows Scott Lang, Paul Rudd, Hope Van Dyne, Evangeline Lilly, and the entire Pym Van Dyne family as they face a new foe, Jonathan Majors Kong the Conqueror, who was first introduced on screen in Loki Season 1, though the Quantumania version of Kong is a different variant. In addition to Majors, Catherine Newton is also joining the film series, taking over for Abby Ryder-Fortson and Emma Furman as Scott's daughter Cassie. Scott is pretty pleased with himself in his role in saving the universe, Rudd shared at Comic-Con. So Scott has been busy at work-ish, with a little book. As for Hope, Lily said the upcoming film allows her character to explore her vulnerabilities, while Newton said Cassie is becoming who she's supposed to be. Secret Invasion, Spring 2023. Cobie Smulders, aka Maria Hill herself, was on hand at Comic-Con to introduce the exclusive first-look footage from Secret Invasion, which stars Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn as the Skrull Talos, describing the series as a dark political thriller, with Marvel adding in their press release, the crossover event series showcases a faction of shapeshifting Skrulls who have been infiltrating Earth for years. The clip shown to the Hall H crowd confirmed that Don Cheadle will reprise his role James Rhodes, aka War Machine, as in the series, which also stars Olivia Colman, Kingsley Ben-Adir, Emilia Clarke, and Regé-Jean Page. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, May 5, 2023. Written and directed by James Gunn, the latest installment in the Guardians series stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, Karen Gillan, Pom Clemente, while also welcoming Elizabeth Debicki, Sylvester Stallone, Will Poulter, Maria Bakalova and Nico Santos to the franchise. The Comic-Con exclusive first look at the threequel, set to hit theaters on May 5, 2023, shows the return of Gamora, Saldana, as well as a younger version of Rocket Raccoon, Cooper, hinting that we'll be exploring his backstory. There is also a shot of Poulter's debut as Adam Warlock. The cast took the stage to the cheers of the Hall H crowd, getting emotional as they watched the footage for the first time. Pratt shared that Volume 3 will be, in part, about the Guardians recovering from the events of Avengers: Endgame, noting that his character, Peter Quill, is reeling. The pain of that is a big part of his journey. He spends the movie trying to make up for the mistake of being checked out over this enormous amount of pain, the actor added. Marvel added in their press release, "Our beloved band of misfits are looking a bit different these days." Peter Quill, still reeling from the loss of Gamora, must rally his team around him to defend the universe along with protecting one of their own. A mission that, if not completed successfully, could quite possibly lead to the end of the Guardians as we know them. Loki Season 2, Summer 2023. While there wasn't anything new from Loki at Comic-Con, apart from an appearance from Miss Minutes, creator Michael Waldron and star Tom Hiddleston previously spoke to ET about peeling back even more layers of the titular mischievous superhero. With production reportedly starting over the summer, Hiddleston said he was eager to dive back into the world of the character he's played since first appearing in 2011's Thor, adding that he was excited to get the band back together. That band, of course, refers to his Season 1 co-stars, Gugu Mbatha Raw and Owen Wilson, both of whom have confirmed they'll be returning as Ravonna Renslayer and Mobius M. Mobius, respectively. Meanwhile, Waldron, who also wrote Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, teases what's in store for the upcoming season, which he has dubbed in previous interviews as emotional. Without getting too specific, it's just a continued evolution of the character. That's what was always important to Tom and that's what was important to me, Waldron said when asked to elaborate on the emotional element of the new episodes. If we're going to continue the first season story in a second season, we have to cover new emotional ground, he continued. And the great news is that that character keeps revealing new layers of texture and complexity. Echo, Summer 2023. E.T. confirmed back in May that Marvel was officially in production on Echo, with Alaqua Cox reprising her role as Maya Lopez, the Native American deaf amputee gang leader and fierce fighter first introduced in Hawkeye. The Disney Plus series will depict Echo's origin story as Lopez's ruthless behavior in New York catches up to her and she's forced to face her past, reconnect with her Native American roots and embrace the meaning of family and community if she ever hopes to move forward. Echo will break new ground for the MCU with its largely Native American and indigenous cast and crew, bringing new visibility in front of and behind the camera. In addition to Cox, Echo stars Chaska Spencer, Tantu Cardinal, Devery Jacobs and Cody Lightning, with Graham Greene and Zan McLarnon reprising his Hawkeye role as Maya's father, William Lopez. The Marvels, July 28, 2023. The Captain Marvel sequel, which will see Candyman director Nia DaCosta assume directing duties, is leaving the 90s behind, as Iman Vellani's Ms. Marvel and Tiona Paris grown-up Monica Rambeau will both co-star alongside Brie Larson in Marvel Ooze Team Up. Ironheart, Fall 2023. Actress Dominique Thorne was introduced on stage at Comic-Con with the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever cast, as her character, Riri Williams, will be introduced in the Phase 4 film before embarking on her own adventures in her Disney Plus series. The If Beale Street Could Talk star will play the titular genius, inventor of the most high-tech supersuit since Iron Man, in a series penned by Snowpiercer writer Chinaka Hodge. Agatha, Coven of Chaos, Winter 2023-24. Comic-Con served as the official confirmation that Kathryn Hahn's WandaVision Witch would be getting her own spin-off series, though the actress played coy about what an Agatha Harkness-focused series might entail. All I can say is, I love Agatha and, as we know, anything can happen in Marvel, the actress told ET last fall. Filming on the series is set to begin later this year, with a release planned for winter 2023. Daredevil, Born Again, Spring 2024. Hell's Kitchen favorite vigilante is returning to the small screen. At Comic-Con, Marvel announced a new Daredevil series, Daredevil, Born Again, is set to premiere on Disney Plus in spring 2024. Marvel president Kevin Feige shared the exciting news as part of the Phase 5 slate, to massive applause. Daredevil, Born Again will be an 18-episode series, with Charlie Cox reprising his role as the titular hero, Matt Murdock, and Vincent D'Onofrio returning as Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin. Fans also caught a glimpse of Daredevil in costume at the tail end of the new trailer for She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Closing parenthesis. Daredevil previously ran for 3 seasons on Netflix, starring Cox, D'Onofrio, Eldon Henson as Franklin Foggy Nelson, Deborah Ann Wall as Karen Page, Elodie Young as Electra Nachio, John Bernthal as Frank Castle, aka The Punisher, and more. Captain America, New World Order, May 3, 2024. A new Captain America film is officially a go, with Anthony Mackie taking over for Chris Evans, who formerly left the Marvel Cinematic Universe after Avengers: Endgame. Titled Captain America: New World Order, the newest installment in the film franchise picks up after the events of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, as Sam Wilson, Mackie, assumes the mantle established by Steve Rogers, Evans, in the previous movies. The movie is slated for release on May 3, 2024. Mackie previously opened up to ET about his MCU predecessor, and what the finale meant for his character. What Chris Evans was able to do with that character was bring a level of strength and confidence to him. He really brought an even-keeled, well-rounded, three-dimensional character, Mackie said. A lot of people don't realize Sam Wilson is the only superhero who has no superpowers. He's just a regular guy who went for a jog and became an Avenger. He comes from a place of humanity and humility, the actor continued. I feel like he'll bring the human aspect instead of the super aspect. He's still got them hands though, but he's not a superhero. He's a regular guy. Thunderbolts, July 26, 2024. Thunderbolts or Go! Marvel officially announced the antihero team-up will be coming to the big screen during their Hall H panel at Comic-Con. Feige confirmed the news, sharing that the Thunderbolts film will cap off the Phase 5 slate, with a planned release date on July 26, 2024. The cast has yet to be announced, but previous MCU projects have had fans speculating about possible members, including Daniel Bruhl's Baron Zemo, Hannah John Kamen's Ghost, Olga Kurylenko's Taskmaster, and Tim Roth's Abomination, as well as Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova and Wyatt Russell's John Walker aka U.S. Agent, who fans saw both being recruited by Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine in Black Widow and Falcon and Winter Soldier, respectively. Blade, September 6, 2024. Mahershala Ali's turn as the half-human, half-vampire Daywalker, popularized by Wesley Snipes in a series of films in the late 90s and 2000s, was announced way back at Comic-Con 2019, but he has yet to be seen in the MCU. However, eagle-eared MCU fans got an introduction during the post-credits scene after Marvel's Eternals. The scene featured one reveal that some had predicted prior to the film's release, the official confirmation that Kit Harington's character, Dane Whitman, is set to face his destiny as the Marvel character Black Knight. In the comics, Whitman inherits a cursed sword, the Ebony Blade, and takes up the mantle of Black Knight, fighting alongside various incarnations of the Avengers and other Marvel heroes. In the Eternals post-credits scene, Harington is weighing whether to wield the sword in order to help his girlfriend, Cersei, after she has been taken by Arishem. Cersei and the Black Knight have had many romantic entanglements throughout the comic canon, so there's plenty to speculate on as far as when and how we might see those characters again. However, as Dane is considering his destiny, a voice from off-screen asks if he is truly ready to take up the mystical powers of the sword. That voice, director Chloe Zhao confirmed, was none other than Ali himself. See below for more of Entertainment Tonight's ongoing coverage of Comic-Con 2022, including the daily schedule and biggest highlights of